Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Detox Divas. We are so excited to have you here. And tonight we are going to be talking about the GLP. We're getting ready to roll into our summer prep series where we just really focus on releasing the weight and detoxing and just making sure our body is in top performance so we can have a longer, healthier life. And this all plays a key role in it. So tonight is your body doesn't need an injection. It already makes GLP-1. So how many of you knew that? Did you know that your body has a protein in your gut that actually triggers all of this? We learned a little bit about it last week when we connected the GLP issues with the liver. So if you're a guest here, please ask for that replay if you want to know how liver health plays into that. My name is Tina Huerman. I specialize in detox and root cause healing.
This is your home screen, hon.
What?
You see your home screen.
Oh, let me try this again. Share. Let's try that screen. Is that better?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Dee Dee. So I specialize in root cause healing through detox protocols, mineral balancing with my beloved fulvic, and terrain health. And when the terrain is healthy, everything else falls into place. And so tonight's just another piece of that jigsaw puzzle that we are going to put together for you. But first, I want to introduce you to these two amazing, powerful, dedicated women, Paula Scarcella, our CEO and owner, and Alexandria Brighton, our formulator. You guys, we own every formula from the ground up, from harvesting to packaging to shipping, everything. Like we do all of it. We're farm sourced, organic, GMO free ingredients. We built our own 16,000 square foot FDA registered manufacturing facility. About a year ago, I did a call on this. We had our very first FDA inspection and we got a 99%. And that 1% that we missed out on was the actual FDA liaison that failed to file some paperwork. So we say we have 100% because it wasn't on us that 1% was not there, but super proud of that. There's over 200 clean products in both companies, Heart and Body Naturals and Go to Sana, our sister company. 50 plus years of integrity, ethics, and transparency in the wellness industry. And it's founded all on Alexandria's Brighton's original formulations for the healing trilogy, Mind, Body, and Soul. So before we go any farther, I do need to let you know that this is not intended as medical advice. I'm not a doctor. The information shared in this call and in these materials is intended for educational purposes only. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases or medical condition. That's being shared here should be taken as medical advice or used as a substitute for the guidance of a qualified healthcare professional. Always talk to your doctor or licensed healthcare provider before making changes to your diet, supplement, routine, or wellness protocol, especially if you're pregnant, nursing, taking prescription medications, or managing chronic health conditions. Individual results will vary. We are not responsible for any health outcomes resulting from the use or misuse of this information. So here's what we are going to dive into tonight. How your body actually makes the GLP-1 protein and why it's supposed to work, what damages it so it stops working, why the injections don't fix anything, and what your body actually needs to start making it again. And this conversation matters right now. GLP-1 is all over the news, all over the news feed. You see doctors talking about it. You see people talking about it. But you also see the downsides of it, the health concerns, the cancers, the paralysis in the stomach, the digestive issues. I mean, there's so much danger with these injections that we really want to have an honest conversation about, okay, we don't want you sick. We want to find a way, start here with this natural path before you go to that next step. Millions of people have tried these injections. Some saw results. Most saw the weight come back and they're confused and they're very frustrated. So nobody is explaining why it failed. Nobody's answering this question. If it works, why does the weight come back? Why can't I just stay on it? And what actually fixes it? So the GLP-1, what your body actually makes. So GLP-1 is actually glucagon-like peptide 1, and your body makes it naturally in your gut every time you eat real food. It's not a medication, it's not a synthetic, it's a hormone that your body produces on demand. And so it tells your brain that you're full and satisfied. It tells your pancreas to release the insulin when you actually need it, not too much, not too little. It slows down how fast your stomach empties so your blood sugar doesn't spike. It's your body's natural metabolic regulator. But here's the thing. Your body is supposed to make this on its own every single day, perfectly calibrated to what you are eating. And that's how you're supposed to feel satisfied. And that's how you're supposed to stay lean. That's how you're supposed to have that steady energy. So where does it come from? It's actually from your lower intestines in special cells called the L cells. And they're like little sentries standing guard, waiting to recognize what real food is. And when you eat something with actual nutrition, these L cells are supposed to recognize it and release that GLP-1 into your bloodstream. But here's what they're actually looking for. They're looking for fats, amino acids, fiber, and real carbohydrates with nutrients attached. So they're trained to say yes to whole food, and they're trained to say no to processed garbage, which don't you wish we had that built-in training system? Because sometimes we slip off that healthy eating bus and say yes to things that really affect this whole system within our body. So your L cells have these little receptors that literally taste these nutrients. And when they taste real food, it triggers a chain reaction inside the cells that release that GLP-1. This signal travels up your vagus nerve to your brain, telling you that you're full. That's the system. That's how this works. So when your GLP-1 cells, when your L cells stop listening, the problem is not that your L cells died. The problem is that your terrain got so damaged. There's so much going on in your body that your L cells can't hear that signal anymore. Imagine trying to have a conversation in a room full of noise. You see someone talking, but you can't hear them because everyone else is so loud. That's kind of what's going on in your gut when you eat food, and this hormone is supposed to release to trigger everything else. The train becomes so inflamed, so toxic and so chaotic that they literally cannot recognize the signal they're supposed to recognize. And when they stop recognizing it, your body stops making GLP-1. No signals, no fullness, no metabolic regulation, just cravings, weight gain, and fatigue. Who feels that? Let me know in the comments, because I feel that sometimes. So saboteur number 1 is the processed food overload. It is so convenient to just grab a Snickers bar. It's so convenient to grab a Pop-Tart. It's so convenient to grab those pre-packaged foods that really do nothing for your body. And processed foods, they don't activate the L cells. Your L cells evolved to recognize the nutrients, like we just talked about. Processed foods are designed to be hyper palatable, tasty, but nutritionally empty. They taste really good, but they don't trigger that nutrient signal. Seed oils damage your intestinal linings. Emulsifiers destroy the protective layer in the gut. Artificial sweeteners confuse your glucose sensory. So refined carbs spike your blood sugar without the fiber and nutrients that would normally trigger that L cell activation. Over months and years of eating this way, your L cells stop trying. They just give up. And they're waiting for that signal that never comes. And the system basically dies. It dies from disuse. Then you have the chronic inflammation. I know I mentioned this movie a couple times on previous calls, Osmosis Jones with Chris Rock. It's a really funny kids cartoon, but it kind of really gives you a cartoon version of what's taking place in your body when it feels it's under attack. So if you've not watched that yet, watch it and let me know. Let me get a drink real quick. So chronic inflammation, and I know a lot of you on this call have inflammation. You know people that suffer with inflammation, but it literally silences the L cells that are responsible for the GLP-1 production. They can't function properly in an inflamed environment. It's like trying to do complex work while your house is on fire. And the inflammation is so overwhelming that the L cells just shut down. When your gut is leaky and damaged from toxins, pathogenic bacteria cross into your bloodstream. Your immune system will then see this as an invasion, and it mounts a constant inflammatory response. Your whole body is in flight or fight mode. You're not just dealing with damaged cells, you're dealing with that constant inflammatory signal that suppresses that GLP-1 production at the source. So number 3 is leaky gut. Now this is a big one. A lot of people have this. Your intestinal lining has these tight junctions that seal everything shut, and they let nutrients in and keep toxins out. And when these junctions break down, undigested food particles and bacterial toxins leak into your bloodstream. And that's what leaky gut is. But here's what people miss. A leaky gut is not just a barrier problem, it's a sensory problem. Your L cells can't differentiate between real nutrients and bacterial invaders. The signal gets all messed up, your sensory system breaks down, and your L cells really basically go functionally blind. And without that functional barrier, there's no clean nutrient signal, and there's only noise. So number 4, dysbiosis. Your microbiome, which we've talked about on several calls, becomes metabolites. They directly control whether your L cells function. The good bacteria produce butyrate, which nourishes your L cells and gives them the energy to work. Susie went over this, the butyrate, on a different call a couple weeks ago when she subbed for me. And when beneficial bacteria disappear and pathogenic bacteria take over, butyrate production just collapses. Your L cells are literally starving, and a dysbiotic bacteria are pouring inflammatory compounds into your system. What happens when you have that? You get arthritis, you get cardiovascular issues, you get breathing issues, you get allergies. Like there's a lot of things that take place when this happens. And so you lose your fuel for your L cells, you need, and you gain the inflammation that suppresses them. And this is why this is not just a digestion issue, it's a GLP-1 production issue. So here's the 70% stat. 70% of all the GLP in your body makes comes from your intestines, not your pancreas, not your brain, not your gut. If your gut drain is too damaged for L cells to function, you lose 70% of your metabolic signaling system. That's not a minor problem. That is a complete system collapse. Probably one of the reasons that obesity is so high in the United States, because there's really not a lot of strong regulation on the food that people or companies are able to sell. Thankfully, we're making some strides, in a positive way for that right now. Then you have your blood sugar dysregulation that makes it worse. And so when your blood sugar is constantly elevated, it actually damages those L cells in your gut lining. So high glucose creates those free radicals that beat up cell membranes. It disrupts the mitochondria, which are the powerhouses inside the cell that your energy function. And over time, high blood sugar is going to kill those L cells off. Also, chronically high glucose desensitizes your glucose sensor. So your L cells stop responding to the nutrient signals because they're overstimulated. They stop responding. They stop listening. There's too much chaos going on. It's like screaming at someone so much they stop listening to you entirely. How many people have been screamed at so much you just kind of went to your happy place and you shut them out? So this is why blood sugar stabilization is not optional. It's really the foundation for L cell recovery. So the liver, we went over this a little bit last week, but I think it's really important to include because the liver plays such a huge role in this, and you cannot have one without the other. The liver controls that blood sugar and glucose storage, the hormone clearance, the bile production, which directly triggers that GLP-1 release, the fat metabolism, the lipid processing, detoxification of everything the gut sends upwards. So when the liver is sluggish, the GLP-1 receptor sensitivity stops, bile flow slows, blood sugar swings, hormonal waste builds up, and weight loss plateaus, even when you're doing everything right. This is why I always suggest a 3-day liver cleanse prior to starting any weight release regimen, so you can make sure that's functioning so everything else starts falling into place. So stress, oh man, how many of us? I bet 90% of us on here have stress at least once a week. And it's just, we have to find that way just to kind of breathe through that. And when you're under that chronic stress, your body pumps out the cortisol. And this is designed to keep you alive in a crisis situation. But it also shuts down your digestion. When you're really stressed, some people don't like to eat. I'm one of them. If I'm really stressed, I have no appetite at all. And when your nervous system thinks you're fighting for your life, your body says, forget digestion. We need all hands just on deck for survival. And so here's where that creates a problem. The GLP-1 secretion requires parasympathetic activation. That's the rest and digest mode. High cortisol is the opposite. When you're stressed, you literally cannot signal fullness or stabilize the glucose. Your body is in a threat response state. So you can't restore the GLP-1 while you're living in that fear. Stress management is also not optional.
Our GI tract is designed to have peristalsis throughout it, basically. We're supposed to keep moving stuff through. Right. And in the stomach, we pull out what we need, we start digesting, we move it into the intestines, and then out it goes. The idea of keeping stuff there is likely to, pull out even more of the toxins in our toxic food supply from whatever you've eaten into the body. You're probably going to be toxifying yourself. You are going to, I suspect, have an increase in things like stomach cancers and other GI tract cancers, because now you've got things just sitting there where they're supposed to be moving through. And just in terms of forgive me, but the lived experience of being an active, healthy human being, when your gut is empty, you are on fire. You are so capable. And it feels remarkable to have an empty gut regularly, once a day, once every couple of days, if that's.
So I had to include that because I thought, sometimes that third-party validation is so good, but there are a lot of things that are coming out about these drugs. And I need to do another call on the Ozempic. I did one about a year ago when we first launched our GLP-1 reset kit. But when you inject that GLP-1 synthetic drug into your system, you're bypassing those L cells that are responsible for triggering that response in your body. You trick your brain into thinking you're full. You trick your pancreas into releasing the insulin. You trick your stomach into not slowing that digestion so you feel full. And then you have all of this food that's just sitting in your gut that's fermenting. And then your gut forgets how to operate. Kind of like if you've ever heard you can't be on laxatives every day for the rest of your life, even if you've got those issues, because what that's going to do, it's going to make you forget, your body forget how to actually process. So when your terrain stays damaged, your gut barrier is still leaky, your microbiome is still dysbiotic, your L cells are still dying from disuse. And when injections stop, everything goes back to how it was because nothing was actually healed. You didn't fix anything. You just put a Band-Aid on it and said, okay, we're going to roll with this because this is how I want to live. I want to, lose this weight. And that's why the weight comes back on. It's not your fault. It's the injections never address the problem to begin with. And then there's that rebound phenomenon. everyone I've talked to, they have to stay on it for the rest of their life, which is bad because you're pumping your body full of these chemicals, right? And studies show that most people who stop the Ozempic regain all their weight back within a year or two. And some gain more than they had before. And this is not willpower failure. This is confirmation that the terrain was never fixed. Your L cells never learned how to work again. Your gut barrier never healed. Your microbiome never recovered. You never taught your body to regulate itself. The moment the injection ended, the metabolic chaos returned because nothing fundamentally changed. Terrain restoration is the only path to lasting change, which is why we talk about terrain health and root cause healing around here. Yes, you do, Miriam. That's right. You do. You dumb it down and it doesn't know how to function anymore. So there's 6 steps to heal the root cause within your body. You know, the body has such an innate wisdom to it and its ability to heal itself when given what it needs and released from what's harming it. Our job is not to fix the body, but to remove the obstacles and provide the tools for it to remember how to heal. And that's what we focus on around here. Step 1, clear the pathogens. Your gut is so full of bad bacteria that they are actively suppressing your system. They have to go. You got to start making some better choices with your food. Nothing that comes in a box or a prepackaged freezer meal, because they're just causing more harm than they are good. They're lacking nutrients, and they're just not good for you. Step 2 is rebuild that gut barrier. The holes in your intestinal lining have to seal. Your cells have to rejoin. The protection has to come back. Step 3 is restore that beneficial bacteria. The microbes that produce the butyrate and nourish your L cells have to return. Your microbiome has to remember how to work. And you're going to have so much more energy when your microbiome is healed as well. Step 4 is stabilize that blood sugar. Your glucose sensors have to resensitize. Your cells have to remember how to metabolize properly. This is foundational. Step 4, support your liver. I love my liver detoxes. Your liver needs to produce adequate bile. Your liver needs to clear the excess hormones. Your liver needs to recover its capacity to manage metabolism. And step 4, lower that stress. Take some time each morning. Grab that subscription, that daily email subscription from Paula, the Feel Good, Be Good, Do Good. Take that moment and just decompress first thing in the morning, because if your morning starts in chaos, your day is going to go in chaos. And your nervous system has to shift from that fight or flight to rest and digest. Your body has to feel safe enough to invest in digestion and metabolic signaling. Your body has to feel safe enough to release those pounds. So those I didn't renumber those on the bottom thing there. So we got 3 step 4s. So I guess they're all equally important. So for best results, I always say, let's start it out with the liver cleanse or a deep cleanse. You don't have to, this is completely optional, but I think with what you learned tonight about the liver and then last week's call, starting out with some sort of detox protocol to make sure that those pathways are open, that the liver is functioning correctly, that you don't have the heavy metals and the parasites in your body. Those are all things that are creating that noise and that static that's keeping that GLP-1 from being produced and harming those L cells within the gut lining. So in the 3-day liver cleanse, you get the liver support, Hepa Detox essential oil, vitality, fulvic acid, mineral drops, and you get a free black seed oil. This is best for like a quick focused reset, open the bile flow, prepare your liver to process the GLP-1 protocol. It's perfect if you're short on time or starting your journey. Our deep cleanse starts on the 22nd, which is just 3 days. Our next deep cleanse starts in 3 days. So you really wouldn't have time to do this with us over the full moon, like we like to do it, because that's when parasites are most active. But you can do these at any time. You're just going to get better results if you do it over the full moon. So the deep cleanse is tough, man. I'm on the restore week right now, and it's really hard. 21 days is a long time to stay committed to something. It's easy, like you don't really feel sick or get headaches. I mean, some people got a couple of headaches, some people got tired. There was some emotional release that took place. Coach Ruthie had she had some gout that showed up on her toe during the cleanse. But so you might have some symptoms like that where the toxins are trying to get out. But in that, like that's an amazing kit. You're going to get free liver support, colon support, purge tonic, and HEPA detox. We've talked about those on other calls. If you're new around here, whoever invited you or shared this video with you, just ask them for the protocol and the product information pages on these. Because they're going to go into depth of what the ingredients are. And I think if you know supplements, you're going to be super impressed with the formulations and what Alexandria has put together. Alexandria formulates, Paula sources, and they're both very, very, very strict on quality and purity. So you never have to risk putting anything bad into your system. And so that one is going to be best for complete terrain restoration. It's going to remove the parasites, the heavy metals, and the toxins. It's also going to strengthen the digestion. That gut check is an amazing product for that gut restoration. So if you do have leaky gut or you've got some digestive issues, I would suggest colon support and gut check until until your body has healed itself. Those are just the tools they're going to give it the powerhouse to get it done. So both of those are going to give you much better results if you're going to do the GLP-1 with us starting in April, but it's not mandatory. So here are just some pictures of that I grabbed from a previous presentation. Coach Kimberly up top, I just had to grab that picture. She's just amazing. You guys, she is, last I heard, which was earlier this week, she is 6 pounds away from her 200-pound goal. She hasn't been below 200 pounds in years and years and years. And she has been just very dedicated, drinking her juices, drinking her powders, just so incredibly proud of her. And I just love that picture of her. She's so sweet. Doug, who is on the call, Doug, I grabbed a photo off your wall today to update that one. So in February 2025, Doug was already down 10 pounds, but maybe he can share in the chat how much he's lost total. But he's out riding bikes. He is out walking. He and his wife are out walking. It is just so cute to see them on their health journey. And I'm just so proud of them. And then that picture on the right over there, in over 10 years of getting my blood drawn at LabCorp, I was never able to put the bar down in front of me. My body just didn't fit. But today, for the first time in a decade, I put that bar down, sat in that chair fully and comfortably, no twisting, no maneuvering, just sat right down. That's a huge win for me on my weight loss journey. And I'm extremely proud and happy. I just love that. Let's see, Amber, everyone's results are going to be different. I can't say that it will work or it won't work, but what I will say is it does have a 60-day money back guarantee. It's definitely not a quick fix. I started my journey. You see my photos down there at the bottom in that picture on the left. Holy smokes. I don't know what I was thinking that day, but must have been something. So I started my weight release journey in March of last year. So it's been a year now. And in October, I had to actually stop taking the product because I had lost so much weight. I've lost 45 pounds. And I'm trying to put some back on because I realize, I did get a little too skinny. I'm going to the gym now, which I used to call it the death chamber. My whole life has changed, because of this company. And, Jessica's released 30 pounds. Great. And I'm just so incredibly grateful for this product line. Not only do I get to take it, I get to share it. And, and even so, I stopped taking it in October, and over the holidays, I lost 5 of those pounds. So 5 of those pounds of the 45 pounds I lost over the holidays, and I wasn't even taking the product. So what that tells me is that it recalibrated my system. It fixed my body was able to fix what was going on because I gave it the right plants and herbs to do so. And we're going to talk about those and what those are next. So the star of the show is Slimmer Pro, and this is such an amazing product. It is 5 patented plant ingredients. It's designed to target the deep, stubborn, visceral fat. We've talked about that visceral fat on one of the other calls. That is the fat that stores the toxins. It's typically around your organs, because it's protecting your organs, and it's not going to let go of that visceral fat because its job is to protect the organs. And until it feels safe enough to release that fat, it's going to stay there. And so this system is designed to help remove that barrier. It's going to help your body feel safe enough. Of course, your stress level is going to play a huge part in that, because your body knows, your body listens to what's going on in your brain. And if your body does not feel safe, it's not going to do anything. So, excuse me. So Slimmer Pro has a metabolic activator blend that has diglofit in it, turmeric, mango, beets, sea buckthorn, Garcinia cambogia, and it activates the AMPK, which is the metabolic master switch within your body. Yes, Richard, brown fat. And then it's got the GLP-1 support blend, which is going to directly support that GLP-1 protein, the lemon, the mulberry, the inulin, the leptocore, the blue-green algae is in there, pomegranate, cissus, which has its own studies on it, the cissus QR something. I can't remember what the numbers are after that, but there are actual studies on how that one ingredient had a significant 12-week period of fat release within the body. And then there's the energy and mood blend, because remember I said your stress level has to be good too. So it's got the sensual ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is amazing calming herb. It has fulvic acid, which is going to help the gut flora. It's going to help the digestion. It's going to help everything else in this product absorb at 65 times its weight at this cellular level. We're going to have a dedicated fulvic call coming up on our 4-year anniversary of carrying fulvic here in a couple of weeks. I can't wait to share that. That is my passion product. It also has cordyceps, reishi, lion's mane, and astragalus in it. Now, we always hear about how mushrooms are so great for brain health, and it's adaptogens for balanced energy, mental clarity, and mood. So Slimmer Pro, I mentioned the AMPK above. Slimmer Pro activates that. AMPK activation creates the metabolic environment where L cells can recognize and respond to nutrients. How cool is that? It literally sets the stage for your L cells to wake up and do their job again. That is one powerful product right there. So the second product in the GLP-1 kit is going to be GlucoProtect. GlucoProtect is a 24 plant vitamins and minerals plant broth. It's a really good, nice, nourishing, warm cup of soup in the afternoon, before a meal, whenever. I absolutely love GlucoProtect. Paula said that this is something that everyone should be taking every single day for metabolic health, because that's such a huge, has such a huge impact on our overall health. And so this is going to help support insulin sensitivity, blood sugar balance, and microbiome health. Again, Gina, I don't know that one. It's designed to activate the GLP-1 pathway naturally. It includes antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and prebiotic gut support. And this is for anyone dealing with stubborn weight, energy dips, carb cravings, anyone on the verge of a metabolic slowdown. I think I just saw a comment about slow digestion. And then you've got perimenopause. It's a perfect add-on for the keto, intermittent fasting, and anti-inflammatory lifestyles also. And so this is going to help the blood sugar support. It's got Akkermansia in it, which is a gut barrier blend. Do some research on PubMed or just, some medical articles, libraries on Akkermansia. That is something that you literally cannot live without. People that have lived past 100 have very high Akkermansia in their gut. Then it has a Microbiome X. Microbiome X has been proven over a 12-week period to reduce the fat and the weight. There's test studies with that we can send you. It's a whole food and vitamin mineral complex, so that's your daily vitamin, and it's got an antioxidant defense blend in it. You cannot restore the L cell glucose sensing while your blood sugar is running wild. And so this is where Glucoprotect is going to come in. Stable blood sugar is the prerequisite, and Glucoprotect is the foundation, not optional. This is something, if you've got blood sugar issues, this is something you would want to take every day, I would think. And then another product spotlight. I love this. Usually I just mix everything together to keep it simple. I got little 2-ounce spice jars off of Amazon. I fill about a fourth full. I add my 2 powders to it, and then I top it off with water and I put it in the fridge. So I remember to take that 30 minutes before a meal. Lemon X MCT is something I do not mix in there because I love the flavor of it. It's so refreshing. It's got a very clean taste to it. This is just a dropper you put under your tongue. It's a daily functional fat. Our body needs that. Our liver needs that supports the metabolism, the energy, and the hormone balance. It's enhanced with xanthogen, which is a clinically studied blend shown to support fat loss and thermogenesis. Thermogenesis, heat that fat up, melt it away. It's clean, like I said, clean, smooth, light taste. The MCT in it converts quickly into ketones for the energy, not fat, supports appetite control, blood sugar stability, and cellular energy. Xanthogen helps trigger the body's fat burning furnace, even without heavy workouts. So it gives your liver the fat it needs to produce that bile. The bile is one of the most powerful signals your L cells recognize. And when your L cells sense bile, they know that fat has been digested and they fire up that GLP-1. So this is your body's natural satiety mechanism. And when you support your liver, restore your bile production, you're literally teaching your L cells to recognize and respond to that food digestion. This is something that you may want to take like before bed so you can burn fat while you're sleeping. This is an add-on, but I really think Tulsi Trim had a lot to do with my own personal weight release journey. This here is your hormonal harmony. And if you do any research on plants and herbs, holy basil is one of the main ingredients in here. And holy basil is just such an amazing, or Tulsi, it's also called Tulsi. It's just do some research on that. You'll find a lot of health benefits and even some crisis type health issues that this can help support. So it's an adaptogen. It's proven to reduce the cortisol, support the insulin sensitivity, calms the nervous system without sedating it. Like I don't feel tired when I take that. I just feel calm. I feel alert. I love my Tulsi Trim. It has licorice root in it, which supports that adrenal recovery. Everybody's got some adrenal issues going on. Extending cortisol's half-life when needed, which is great for low cortisol types. Has chamomile, anti-inflammatory, calming to the gut and the nervous system, helps regulate sleep and digestion. It's got blessed thistle in it, which is a liver stimulant. We need that liver functioning. Promotes the detox, the bile flow, and the hormone clearance. Amber, I take that whenever. Like I'll put it in my shot glasses that I make 30 minutes before a meal, but I'll even have a glass just in the afternoon, sometimes before bed to calm myself down. I'll put some of our mind superfood if my mind's really racing, like after these calls. It takes me a long time to calm down. So I'll mix mind superfood with some Tulsi trim and some coconut water and drink that before bed. And it just really calms me down. And then it has the papaya enzymes and ginger in it. Ginger is amazing. Both of those improve the nutrient absorption, supporting the thyroid and the hormone conversion. So that's really good. It basically helps your body adjust to physical, chemical, and biological stress. So we've got a lot of that in our lives, don't we? Especially with everything going on in the world right now. And they're thought to stimulate your body's stress protection response and help its system return to that balance homeostasis state. So if you are wanting to do the GLP-1 reset with us, like I said, it's completely optional to you to start with the deep cleanse or the 3-day liver cleanse. Both are going to be effective in clearing out that debris and then roll into the GLP-1 activation protocol that we have. And I would highly suggest you put that on auto ship because there are so many incredible benefits with that. Number one, you're committing, right? You're committing to your health by saying, yes, I'm going to try this for 3 months. And if it doesn't work, there's a 60-day money back guarantee. After 2 months, you should know a lot of people are losing inches before they lose any weight. I know that I experienced that myself, and I know several others have. I do have an entire protocol book to help you along the way that I can send, or I can send to whoever shared this with you. Just let me know, and I can get that to you. But so if you're going to be on this for 3 months, we'll start with the liver cleanse. So that's going to be 4 months. Okay. After 4 months, you're getting 10% back in member reward points. You're getting $10 back every month just by staying healthy and by committing to yourself. I've been on auto ship for 16 or more months. So I get $30 every single month in free product that I can choose. I just use my points as cash when I make a purchase. And so if you do decide that this is the way to go, talk to whoever shared this video with you, and they can kind of give you some more explanation of this. But I don't talk about this program enough. But it's so beneficial. I just hate when people miss out on that. And by having that auto ship, first time customers will always get the free Try Me product with a kit like this, or any order that's 100 points or more. But this month is going to be that colon support. So this is going to help your digestion. It's going to help your colon health. It's got ginger, rhubarb root, cascara sagrada, fennel seed, golden seal, and barberry in there. It's going to support the healthy colon function and digestive balance. Encourages gentle, natural regularity. You guys, I do not travel without my bottle of colon support. I don't know about you, but when I travel, I can kind of get backed up a little bit. And this keeps me regular when I'm traveling, but I take it every day anyway. But it's really, really beneficial. I take it maybe twice when I'm traveling. If I do feel a little bloated or something, or like I'm having some issues going to the bathroom, then this is my go-to right there. It also helps promote detoxification and efficient weight elimination. So not only are you going to get the 5%, did I have another screen with it? Where did I thought I had another screen. I don't know where it went. So let me back up here. So not only are you going to get 5% back in member reward points, you're going to get 5% off the order, 10 $25 gift cards. Oh, there it is on the right. I knew I typed it out someplace. 10 free gift cards with your auto ship, and you're going to get that free Try Me product. So if you're getting the kit, I would order it on auto ship so you can get those gift cards, share them with your friends, get that 5% off, the 5% back, and that free product. So On our sister company side, go to Sauna. This is a new kit that was just released last month, and I cannot believe the incredible value on this. Solus is a body oil that is called a vault pool. It's only available this month, and it's only available with this kit. But it has sandalwood, neroli, and bergamot. It's grounding and composure. And I'm using the Hydroglow on my body right now. And even my daughter said I've never used a body oil that absorbs into my skin like this. So I'm pretty excited about that. But this is going to come with your 8 essential oils. Right there is like well over $129. It's going to have a black seed oil in there, a frankincense nasal inhaler, which is so calming. So if you're doing the GLP-1 and you get those cravings, frankincense nasal inhaler is going to be excellent to calm that mood. It's going to have the organic wild handcrafted body and hair soap bar. The tooth powder, if you're still using toothpaste that has toxic chemicals in it, we need to probably have a side conversation. When you put things into your mouth, it absorbs into your bloodstream immediately. And a lot of the toothpastes have toxic chemicals in it. In fact, triclosan is one of the ingredients typically found in toothpaste. They banned it from hand soap because it can cause cancer, but yet it's still allowed to be in our toothpaste. It blows my mind how our system works, our health system works. And then it's also going to have the Daily Pause subscription, which every morning, like I mentioned earlier, it's feel good, be good, and do good. And when you feel good, you're going to want to do good. And when you start to do good, everyone else around you is going to feel good as well. So it's this huge ripple effect of just amazing stuff. Now, if going beyond being a customer and sharing with your friends is something of interest to you, I would highly suggest hopping on Coach Marcus's call directly after this in about 10 minutes. And he's going to be talking about the business side of what we get to do around here in sharing with others. Basically, we share products that we love with people that we love. And it's just such a blessing. I know we've got several of those coaches on here tonight that are sharing with their friends. And I'm so blessed to be able to work alongside them. So that is our presentation for this evening. I just thank you all for showing up. I hope you found the information valuable. I love learning things like this, and I love sharing things with you guys. So anyway, have a great week. The replay will be up in the group here very shortly. And God bless. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.